Vote now. Vote passed.
Yeah, basically what happened with the end of the fourth qualifier is the final and semis weren't played, but they basically just defaulted the games, and in the end the top 9 spots, neutralizers were in 9th position, but because Death Crew couldn't make this final, they got that 8th spot. So that was very fortunate for them, wasn't it? It's strange, it's like people having a bug with this stream where they're viewing the StarCraft or whatever. I might, after this match, restart the stream again, try and help people with that, but it's obviously a Twitch bug, so I can't really do anything about it this end. Mamut look like they might be making a substitute. There is a double elimination bracket. Sanatorium and 102 get default loss in the first round of Zotac. Player get a default win but would drop out now due to a lack of players. Well, this is getting crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it is unfortunate there's a lot of cups on the same day, and I know, for example, the CTF Cup, teams are perhaps thinking of that a little bit more seriously because of the money prizes in the final of that. That's on TV2 at the moment, although it is just a qualification round with no prizes. Yeah, it's... Division 2 started off with 3 out of the 4 matches being defaults. Why do you think that might be, for? Time of day? I think it's just a bit too early for some teams to start. Could be. So Rav has joined up for the second map, Purgatory, and again a double power-up map. A lot different style to this one, a lot more aggressive and open. So I wouldn't necessarily expect some kind of dominant performance in the vein we saw from neutralizers in the first map, but then again, you never know, they're quite a strong team. Could happen. I would almost put neutralizers as the favourite this tournament, despite their low seeding, which was due to the amount of cups they took part in, really, more than anything. But they're definitely one of the teams that could take this one. Mamut, in a way, I feel like perhaps their levels dropped off a little bit from the first qualifier, where they were very impressive indeed. But at the same time, here we go, second map, so it's their opportunity. They have to win this one, of course. Take it to the third, otherwise we're going to... they're going to the lower bracket anyway, still would have a chance. Starting off with Detor getting a nice spawn for the red and the LG, and Misso's done a fair bit of damage, done a decent job for the position he was in, and Detor's lost that red straight away, lower health as well, down to 40. Wow, nice rocket by Rav. Well prepared for that one. So Psycho ran a little bit into some of the action. Detor off the spawn. Just getting that machine gun damage in, and he's not had the perfect start. He'll be pretty disappointed with that one. Rav coming back for that red armor, perfect timing for him. LG will be up in the second. His teammate looked like he was going to grab that one. Goes aggressive on the rail. Actually runs out of rockets, has to back off. Maybe didn't quite take that into account, and we're now on the Austrian Maestro Noctis's point of view. Trying to defend this battlesuit position. There are 3 Mamut players there. 4 now. Noctis has been absolutely annihilated there, did no real damage. Quad pick up by Bab. Miso with the battlesuit. They're going different directions, so both relatively safe from one another. second frag on the one there. Battlesuit. Miso has moved into this red room. Red Bab's moved away, taking a long time to kill Dibby. And that quad will run out by Bab now. So the red armor's going to go into the hands of Miso, who takes control of the red armor room for Mamut.
Teams are tied. Red leads. Teams are tied.
So teams are tied. We're following Dibby at the moment. 14 appears a lot different to the first map and the difference we saw between the two teams. Trying to force their way into this upper red area. Nice rockets from Dibby, though eventually the two lightning gun players getting a massive advantage over the distance they're fighting in that. And that is exactly why a lightning gun's such a vital weapon. You can just rip people apart depending on the distances you're at. And they used it to full effect there, did Mamut. And control of that red is going to give you a lot of LGs. Not just the red armor. Now, both teams have to power up split on the first power-ups. Let's see what happens on the second ones, whether they'll take a risk anybody. Well, Rav's done a great job here. He's caught out some key players for neutralizers just as we're trying to get set, really. With maybe the mega health. It's Rav trying to help defend this battlesuit. He is picked up by old Splatterhand. Noctis with the quad. He's not looking too healthy. 5 seconds to go before mega as well. He doesn't seem to know the time or want to wait for it, at least. Switch around to the battlesuit again. Drops down on that mega. He might actually cat the quad out here. He's gonna. The quad ends up blowing himself up with the splash damage. It's not the kind of start Noctis wants to a map, because he is the kind of player who will get, let's call it, emotionally invested in actions that happen upon the map. And he won't be happy about that one. Red armor is going to be in the hands of old Splatterhand, so it's stick with him. Lightning gun now, 39% for him, pretty high percentage.
Much better start for Mamut than this, even though it is very close, but much better than what they had on DN14.
Yeah, you can just see that perhaps it was just that previous map really suits Neutralizer's play and maybe doesn't suit Mamut. That's the way he gets such a massive gap in the score difference. A lot of teams really didn't play that much of Gun Dungeons in the past, maybe even year. I mean, recently we've seen it a lot more often, but there was a while where nobody would pick it because teams got to the point where they all knew it pretty well, and it would almost become a bit 50-50, they felt. It wasn't as guaranteed, because if you made one wrong tactical decision, you could lose the map for yourself really badly. Swallow Detour with that red armor pickup. Whereas now I think teams are realising again, no, you get an advantage from doing that. So it's just a change of mentality. Take the risk and get the reward, or take the risk and you might lose out. Half empty, half full, hey Vor.
No.
No.
You're either good or you're not.
Yeah, I'm just saying that from the point of people. Well, Detour looked like he's in a great position with his battlesuit. He's gone aggressive at the right time. He's picked up that battlesuit. Does take a rail shot, takes a second rail shot as well. Miso needed to pick up this quad, but he's been annihilated by that plasma. Detour decides to just run off and leave the rocket launcher ammo.
Not that strong either. I mean, even though he has battlesuit, he kind of needs to be careful, because if he's caught out by a lightning gun, let's say, he could be dead. But, you know, his team has that under control, so safe to look to move out towards rail, maybe.
His team just did take that red armor in front of him, but he wouldn't have gained too much by picking it up anyway, with only a few seconds left on the battlesuit run. Wow, look at that perfectly timed rocket right into the face of Detour. And suddenly he's at the point where he can't really offer too much again.
They can rain down death from above. You know, he's probably going to miss out on that red. Unlucky not to get some damage on the red pickup, but you know, they are ahead now, Neutralizers, even after a better start by Mamut. Neutralizers are showing that, you know, as we expected, they're not going to be weak on this map by any means. It's just that Mamut are going to be better on this map than they were on DN14.
Rav did just pick up that railgun, and of course the previous red went to Mamut as well, so they might have just turned it around. Another red form again. That control which was briefly in the hands of neutralizers. And maybe neutralizers get more out of having that control than mamut do.
Red leads.
But it's definitely not in their hands at the moment. Again, Rab picking up that next railgun. Did get railed in the back though, so neutralizers do have a railgun. Might just cycle around in a second, have a look who's the railer on the neutralizers team. Alright, I think it's there it is, Noctis. And he's the only guy really with anything to work with, and damage he's taken suddenly trying to go to that battle suit. Neutralizers all moving in, nice rails from Noctis, and then misses that one there, and it looked like mamut had committed quite a few players to battle suit as well, but they got an easy quad pick up. Deeth, I don't think he connects to
wow.
the wow, it does actually take out the battle suit.
Yeah, nice. That's big. That'll allow them to maybe take a larger lead than they already have, so they could look to go 15 or so frags ahead.
Gotta be careful he doesn't get railed here. Very low health. Could use a rocket. Doesn't want to. Perfect position for a rocket shot that though, I'm surprised he didn't. He does have a rocket launcher in his arsenal. Still an 8 frag margin at the end of that quad. Do they have control of the key items though? God, it's horrible following him. I'm gonna have to switch away. Switch around, and we've followed Bab now. He has got a nice amount of health, although that rail's just completely taken that away from him. Switch around from Bab. Just this is the problem though for him. Maybe I mean just playing around that sort of yellow area. Are you really contributing enough?
Well, it's alright if your team are taking reds and LGs, but at the moment it is mamut who are taking more of those items, it seems. You have to be very careful not to become, isolated from your team who might be challenging for the more essential items whilst you're just farming off the more of a luxury items.
On Misso's point of view, just takes out Detour in that upper corridor. Oh, drops down a weapon to his opponent there!
Yeah, that planned all along this to replenish the ammo.
Almost. Well, look at the spawn that Bab
yeah, very
straight
lucky.
away. And did manage to evade death. .14 frag margin now in favour of mamut. And if you'd seen the first map, you would honestly think that it was going to be a mercy limit on this map. If you didn't, if you didn't really think that maps themselves can have such a massive impact on the way teams play.
What is that, I suppose?
How's Batan's going down to Dibby?
And drops that lightning gun to him.
Ridiculous
down the
position to drop it. Oh my god, amazing rockets from the battlesuit. Was that... No, the battlesuit's alive still. In fact, if Deeth had just stood back a little bit longer, I think he would have drawn the quad in. But instead, Dibby comes out with 3 frags on that. 4 frags, that is. Last second, nice rail shot as well. He's going to give away the rail though. As we're on Miso's point of view. I'm going to cycle around a little bit though. Batan not too much at all, though he looks like he's been working the mega every time we've gone down there and seen him. Deeth has just gone down though. Oh, Noctis now, he gets that rail. So neutralizers do have a time on it. He's going the opposite direction to the rest of his team running through that war corridor. Should be telling them, yeah, I've already got rail mates. We don't need to go there.
Impressive.
8th, impressive for Noctis there. Oh god, what was that? Let's have a look at some of his stats. 69% lightning gun, 53% rail. Obviously he's had quite a lot of rail shots. There's the rail gun is picked up by Deeth. Is Deeth going to escape it? Oh my god! Noctis is in serious trouble after that one. Deeth came out well on top, and what was the... Why did that happen? Well, it's pretty much because Noctis didn't perfectly time the rail gun spawn. Maybe that's a surprise, being such a high quality jeweler that he is, Noctis. You might expect absolute pinpoint precision timing.
Yeah, it's one of his strengths, no doubt.
Is that a pun? Is one of his strengths?
No. Why would I say that? That sounds retarded.
Yeah, but you know...
You want to take that back and not pretend you didn't ever say that?
Well, it's not really me that said it. I was sort of saying that you might say that. It shows how much I think of you, doesn't it? Quad in the hands of Noctis. He has got a mega health chunk of armor. Here's the Battlesuit going aggressive on him. I think Quad would still come out on top in this situation. Misso's only got 39 health. Taking a lot of plasma damage as well. And he didn't really gain too much from that Battlesuit. They have again got the red armor mammoth. Let's have a look at some of the stats. 13 apiece red armors, 22 apiece yellow armors. Neutralizers cut just ahead, 11 to 8 on the megas, and then pretty even split of the power ups for it.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key for Mammoth. Don't give up double power up like they did on Grim Dungeons, because it's quickly going to undo all the good work they've done in this first 12 minutes.
Great rocket by Rav there. And just 11 frag margin now. Mammoth still ahead. 45 seconds before the power-ups as Noctis goes aggressive in this upper yellow area. I'm going to have a look at some of the stats on the scoreboard. Noctis, the only guy with a plus net on the Neutralizers team, plus 7. He is really the star man. He's contributed so much to Neutralizers so far in these two maps.
Impressive.
Do you think he makes such a massive difference for? I mean, what if they didn't have him?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it might make a big difference, but we've seen it in other teams he's played in. How much of the items is he taking? Because normally he's taking a hell of a lot of stuff, and you know, it could be the reason why the rest of his team aren't doing as well if he's hoarding everything.
Double power up for neutralizers. This is exactly what we just said. Mammoth do not want Noctis with this battle suit. Quad didn't look too strong when we last saw him. That's Detour, 50 health. Going to go down 2D. Shotgunner though, D's going to meet his demise surely against the battlesuit here. And Noctis has a free run over the map. That's 3 frags on the board. Make that 4 with his 10th. Impressive. And he's brought back to only 3 frag margin between the two teams now. Make that 2.
Yeah, Mammoth are going to have to be very careful. They need to try and recover this. They need to get hold of some good weapons again and look to rebuild, because all their hard work in the first half of the map is close to being gone. If they start to lose grip on this red armor room and nEu have free run of the red and using that lightning gun, it's going to be very difficult for them to do much. They need to get back to being able to challenge for this position.
3 frags the difference between the two teams now. Mammoth just retaining that advantage of 3 rounds of power left to spawn. The next is in 50 seconds. Red armor up in 20, so Noctis won't really want to stand in there and do nothing. 11 impresses for him now. Let's have a look at some of his stats. 54% rail. 12 impressives, although it does just drop that railgun to Rav, the guy who we've seen cycling the rails quite a lot for Mammoth. Nothing lost though, but just frags gained for Noctis there. As he managed to come back around and pick up the railgun off its spawn this time. Neutralizers now a single frag ahead. 15 seconds to go before these next power-ups spawn, and Mammoth seems to be setting up this battlesuit now.
You have to be careful though that Detour isn't able to drop on it. He's in a very nice position to be able to steal this.
Doing nice work again by Detour.
Double power up.
5-minute warning.
Well, just when they look like, you know, they might be in a good position to take them at Mammoth, they've dropped 2 double power-ups.
Yeah, and everything changes very quickly when you let a team like Neutralizers have double power up 2 times in a row. I mean, they're not going to fail to take advantage of that. Yeah. And now it's going to become very difficult, you'd have to say, in the last 5 minutes.
Battlesuit has been eliminated. Quad just picking up a couple of frags there, Dibby getting that red armor as well, and really it's not giving him so many of the kills, but it's giving him a nice run and control of the red armor, and it just put Mammoth on the back foot for a bit. So
yeah, in the last 3 or 4 minutes as well, it's been very difficult for Mammoth to actually get in and take those reds. I think they've had 1 red in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, let's see, it was pretty equal, and the reds now 5 difference. Yeah, exactly, they were equal reds. Now 5 red pickup difference as Detour does just dive in and extend that lead advantage on the reds a little bit further. The 50 health has gone Detour, although that's what he looked like he was waiting around for, considering his health's only 16 despite having the red armor. It makes him pretty vulnerable. 4 minutes remaining.
He's only going to survive one hit more than he normally would. Well, if it's a rare, he's not going to survive even that.
He's allowed to do a lot of damage here. He's done a great job in the end. I think the 50 did just spawn it right in the middle of that fight. He did pick it up.
No, he had the 50 before, and he looked to push around the corner, but I think someone dropped in from Mammoth and stole a red. Yeah, it was stolen away. Even though they did die in the end, at least they got that red away from neutralizers, but they're still 7 frags behind. They need to make sure they don't lose out and double power up this time.
So they're going to get their battle suit. Noctis on the other side of the map with the quad, switch round 2 Rav. Got about 60 armor with this battle suit. Just hunting shadows. It does actually get the frag in the end on Detor, switch round 2 the quad. He really pushed forwards, looking to attack the battle suit. Didn't come out on top though. Oh, Noctis does catch the battle suit with the shotgun shot. So there are these rockets if they hit by Rav, and it's always that shotgun when you're attacking with it. You can't guarantee it's going to do the damage on the battlesuit you hope it does.
It never does. I mean, maybe with the old shotgun you'd be more reliable, but the current shotgun we have, it never seems to win out over suit.
So a slender advantage maintained by neutralizer.
Yeah, but a chance for Mammoth. I mean, they're in position at the red, although moving out is Rab, trying to look for kills in this railgun area. Doesn't obviously know a time the railgun pick up because he hasn't even decided to stay around and bother to pick it out, but he'll be back for this next red at least, and then can look to do something.
He's been a good addition to the team. They subbed out Gizmo, brought in Rav. I'm not saying Gizmo's a weaker player, but Rav definitely is really specialist at this map. Seen him perform it very well on for Poland as well. So he's definitely been a good addition. We've seen him do excellent work over the rail, and now he's worked the red pretty effectively, in fact.
Yeah, they're starting to get a lot of these reds, although, wow, that's close to being stolen.
That was a good last grab before these power-ups coming up as well, though the positions of neutralizers there are very decent. Here's old Splatterhand.
Teams are tied.
What did he just say? Well, Splatterhand does manage to pick up that battlesuit Dibby with the quad. This is going to be a big situation coming up here. Mega's not going to be up soon. 10 seconds to go until that spawns, but Dibby's waiting for it. Interesting.
So I think he kind of feels like he needs at least some advantage to go up against the suit. Going up to just 100 health.
In the last minute.
That's the thing. I mean, should Dibby maybe have looked for some kills? You know, avoid the suit, but look for kills anyway.
He needs to get some kills now, Dibby. To make up for that, he does get 1 kill in the end. He did manage to get lightning on a course, but left the red room, and the red was picked up. I'm going to cycle around a little bit. Nobody on Neutralizer's team got it. It was old Splatterhand. With that, it takes out. Well, here we go. Last few minutes, last few seconds, Mammoth do take this map, Vor.
Yeah, and Dibby down at that Mega proved to be decisive and totally out of the game. I imagine the suit had a free run, picking up at least a few kills just to seal it at the end.
Red wins.
It's obviously not as convincing a margin as we saw on the first map for neutralizers, but it's a win nonetheless and will take us to a third. They'll have a disadvantage when it comes to choosing the third map, Mammoth, but I think they'll be happy with this.